But I've been wrong on this show. I admit I've been wrong on this
Yes,
show. I stand to be
you
corrected.
Indians.
Hometown chilling, steaks I'm grilling, melanin dripping, smoking I'm trippy. The hookah, the shorty with the big ass twerking, got the city on lock. Genie type of pockets, make a video thought. Turn a wife into a hoe, I done seen it a lot. And you ain't got no money, Uncle Phil hit the dot. Blah, blah, hit the spot.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the First Two Show. And as always, I've got my main Adrian. What's good, bro?
What's up? How are you doing?
Not so bad, bro. So today we're going to be taking a look at the just concluded two major tournaments in the Copa America and the Euro 2020 championships. So let's get right into it, bro. We're going to start off with the Copa America. Take me through the tournament.
Messi won?
Obviously, bro. The GOAT finally came of age. And he finally got that elusive international trophy. And I'm a happy man. I'm sure you can tell.
I can see it. It's very nice. He deserved it, and everyone in the sporting community paid their congratulations. Rightfully so. It was long overdue and it was long coming, and everyone is happy for him, even those that criticize him the most. But otherwise, the tournament was a success in a way. They managed to stage it in a pretty tough condition in Brazil, where we know that the pandemic has been ravaging through. The cases have been going up and all that, and they managed to carry it out in a fairly safe manner. The way fans in the finals, but other than that, the football was okay. I didn't watch as much, like I said the other episode, but overall, I think everyone enjoyed the final. It was a good final. Di Maria came through for Argentina. Messi played not a blind of a game, but then I think his experience and his team really looked up to him for guidance. He missed a sitter in the last minute, but then we'll forgive him because Argentina got their hands on that elusive international trophy.
Oh yeah. That's you said almost everything that I wanted to say. But yeah, starting from the very fact that the tournament itself was in doubt due to the pandemic, and having to change in the last minute and make Brazil the host nation, and the tournament actually taking place, and it being a success, and Argentina, being the dark horses of the tournament.
Yeah.
I actually feel, and that played the big role in them actually getting to eventually lift the trophy. Because in all the previous tournaments, in the Copa America tournaments as well as the World Cups, they've entered the tournaments as favorites. So maybe that pressure
was taken off.
a contributing. Exactly. Yeah. In the previous tournament, I think it was a contributing factor to them not actually, doing what they were expected to do and actually taking the next step, which was, lifting the trophy. And this time, I feel like they played as a team. They weren't just reliant on Messi. Yes, they were reliant on him, but then a lot of people played their part. Another player who rose as a result of this tournament, Rodrigo de Paul. He was
definitely
who traded that pass to Messi, the one that he eventually failed to convert.
Yeah.
So yeah,
De Paul was the one who assisted Di Maria too.
Exactly. He's the one who assisted Di Maria as well. So yeah, as a whole, Argentina was playing as a team, and I feel like that contributed to them, ending their batting spell. I think this was their first international trophy since 1993, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, I think so too.
Oh yeah, so yeah, as a whole, the tournament was good. The final wasn't laden with too many goals. It was a 1-goal fest, but then I'll took it. It was enough for me, and the GOAT finally won his first international trophy.
it's up for discussion. But then one thing that I wanted to mention is finally Messi's supporting cast finally came to the party. Like in previous tournaments, in previous finals, where people like Higuain missing chances that Messi would create. This time, Di Maria got the chance and then converted. It's something that was lacking in the past. And I'm happy that Argentina finally came of age of sort. They've matured, and well, they did him a favor, because some of us were going to criticize him for the rest of his life.
I feel like that criticism that a lot of people, always gave him as far as Messi is concerned, that he's never won an international trophy or this, that. I just felt like it was never fair, because this is a team sport. This is not tennis. It's not golf. It's a team sport, and it takes 11 players to actually win a game. So yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the team of the tournament. What's your team of the tournament?
Oh yeah, I was surprised by a few people, but then, and there are mainstays in my team of the tournament. For my goalkeeper, okay, firstly I have them down as a 4-2-3-1. I feel that's the most balanced formation for me. My goalkeeper is Emiliano Martinez, the Aston Villa goalkeeper, former Arsenal. You played well. He came to Argentina's rescue in the semi-final against Colombia, saved some crucial penalties. So he did well, and I want to see him doing well in the next tournament, that is the World Cup. In my right back, I have Juan Cuadrado. It's amazing how he's transitioned from being an outright winger to being a fullback, which is something that's commendable, and he did it well too for Colombia in this tournament. My CBs have Christian Romero and Marquinhos from Brazil and Argentina. Romero is fairly young. He still has a long way to go, but then I feel like he brought in the right mix of playing the ball from the back and security. He offered enough security for Martinez. And my left back is Tagliafico. He's a good player. I don't need to say much about him. Good left back, one of the best, I think, in the business. And
that is very quick as well.
Yeah, he's very quick as well. Everything that you'd want in a fullback. And for my defensive midfielders, I have Casemiro. He's a class act, no matter the day. He's dependable. He's someone you would want on your team. And I have Rodrigo de Paul, like we said. I feel like he was the spark in the midfield for Argentina. He listened the burden of Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi wasn't coming deep that much. Rodrigo de Paul was doing that for you. He was playing the passes. He got crucial assists. He was finding the openings. And my attacking three, I have Messi, Neymar, and Diaz from Colombia. I won't say anything about Neymar and Messi. We all know how good they are and how much they did for their teams during the tournament. Messi, highest assists, most assists and most goals. Neymar had the most assists for Brazil. So it just goes on to show how good players they are. But then I'm not saying anything new. And for my center forward, I have Lautaro Martinez. It was good to actually see him in the setup for Argentina and actually contributing some goals. Replicating his form from Inter Milan to the national team. I think that's my team of the tournament in the Copa America.
Okay. As for me, I only have like a few changes, but starting with the formation, mine is a 4-3-3. You know how I love that. Yes, I'm a Johan Cruyff disciple, a Barcelona fan. So I'm always going to go 3 formation. Then, just like you have got Martinez in goal, is one of the best players for Argentina. Yeah, took them out of jail, for example, in the semi-final, enough penalties, and he's just been, a calming influence as far as that big four is concerned.
Definitely.
Then got Isla, and my left back I've got I'm not so sure how to pronounce this. I think it's Stupia.
Okay.
Yes. Then my two. I've got Marquinhos, the Brazil defender, and Otamendi. Romero has got quite a number of things to do, but I think I'll just pick Otamendi just ahead of him because of the experiences.
Definitely makes sense.
My midfield three, I've got, obviously, there's three people in there. At the base of it, Casemiro. I can't say anything that you haven't mentioned already.
Yeah.
He's dependable, and he's got the experience as well. Then Rodrigo de Paul was providing the creativity, for Argentina, taking that burden off Lionel Messi, that we've seen in the past, that, people have always been reliant on Messi to be the provider, the finisher and everything. So I feel like he has been probably one of the unsung heroes in this Argentina team because he that much needed creativity in the Argentina side. Then the other side of midfield, I've got Yotun, the Peru player. He's got everything. He's complete. Maybe he doesn't have too many goals in him, but he's creative and he's got the defensive edge as well. So that's my midfield. I think the front three is pretty much similar to yours. Neymar, Messi, and Lautaro Martinez, the Inter Milan striker. So that's pretty much it. I can't say much. I can't say anything that you haven't mentioned already.
Definitely, man. It was a good tournament already. I think most people are satisfied. We want to see how Argentina will perform in the next World Cup.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but how do you think they'll perform in the next World Cup?
I don't want to lie. They're not a favorite. They're not a dark horse.
They're just one of those teams.
They're one of those teams. We'll be happy. We'll be happy as football fans to see Messi progressing. But then I genuinely don't give them a chance. But I've been wrong on this show. I admit I've been wrong on this show. Yeah. I stand to be corrected.
Yes. We both know that you've been wrong too many times on this show. But anyway, it's nothing new. With that, let's just move on to the Euro 2020 finals. And let's talk, England losing on penalties. What was the final score on penalties? Was it 3-2? I don't remember.
Me too. England missed 3. Yeah, 3-2.
Yeah, it should be 3-2. So Adrian, take us through how was the final for you? Did it live up to expectations or yeah?
Yeah, for me, it did live up to the hype. It was a proper final, 1-1 over regulation time, even went to extra time. It was a proper final in my view. It had everything in the early goal and the late goal from Bonucci. Proper final. I enjoyed it. It was good. The fans were there. They created a good atmosphere. And all I can say now is congratulations, Italy. Junior, you're right. They were all deserved winners of the tournament.
Yeah, I can only agree with you there, Adrian. Italy from the get-go, from the very first group game that they had, they just looked like a team that had everything. They had the right balance, like I said earlier on. They had the right experience of youth. They had the legs from defense, midfield, right up to the top. With very brilliant performances coming from people like Jorginho, who's been, I feel like, he's a bit of an unsung hero in this Italian side. He had one hell of a tournament. We have got Chiesa, the forward. He had one brilliant tournament as well. Spinazzola, yes, he got injured in the quarterfinals, but he had one brilliant tournament. England as well. Not too many people picked them to get to the final.
Yeah, definitely.
I had my doubts, but Gareth Southgate, he did something pretty remarkable. He took that team to the finals, even though I feel that after Luke Shaw had scored that goal, they kind of set back a little bit. And,
definitely.
So I think that they kind of invited the pressure, and that led to to the Italians equalizing later on and eventually getting back into the game and eventually going on to win it.
Yeah, definitely. Take nothing away from England. They did well for the tournament, and I think conservative Southgate, we saw him unfortunately in the final. If they'd gotten to go on from the goal that Luke Shaw scored, who knows? They might even nicked one or two more, because Italy opened up the pressing, they left their back exposed. And with pacey players like Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford on the bench, Jadon Sancho was on the bench, if you'd make the tactical shift, maybe at the beginning of second half, taking out someone like Mason Mount for someone with more pace, they could have hit Italy on the break, even if they employed the defensive tactic that they had. But then in the end, I think the better team won in Italy. And, kudos to them. And I'm pretty sure they're buzzing going into the World Cup. They have quite a decent squad. They have a great manager. Things are looking up for them. And on that note, Junior, please give me your team of the tournament for the Euro Championships.
Oh, team of the tournament.
Yeah.
So this time, I'm a Barcelona fan. I'm a Johan Cruyff disciple. So I usually go with the 4-3-3 formation, but this time I'm with a different formation altogether.
Okay,
so this time I'm going.
Let's have it.
4-4-2. So in goal, I think it's only right that I pick Donnarumma. Donnarumma, he got the Italians out of jail too many times. Starting in the semi-final against Spain. Against Spain. Then in the final as well, he made a lot of crucial saves, particularly in the opening 20 minutes when England were coming pretty hot, with a lot of. Then going on into the penalty shootout, making 3 brilliant saves.
Yeah, it was not the first penalty shootout Italy won in the tournament too. He was also outstanding in the semi-finals.
Yeah, against Spain. Yes, against Spain. Yeah, so being the man of the match in both games, coming out of those games as the hero against Spain and against England, it's only right that I have to put him in goal. Then my right back, Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker was brilliant. Had a pretty brilliant tournament. Getting into the tournament, a lot of people were wondering who's going to be the first choice right back for England.
Yeah.
And he made it his own.
Yeah.
Then left back, I'm going to be a little bit controversial.
Yeah,
there are a lot of candidates who can say their own as far as getting into the team of the tournament at left back. But my choice has to go with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw had a brilliant tournament, kept it off with the goal in the final. I was a little disappointed that he didn't take one of the penalties in the shoot, but he had a brilliant tournament. Kept it off with a brilliant goal. 2 centre backs. Harry Maguire. I know he didn't start the first 2 games. Was it the first 2 or was the first one?
Yeah, because of injury.
I don't remember. Yeah, but he had a brilliant tournament. I hate to admit it as an Arsenal fan, but he's one great centre back. Then alongside him, I'll have to go with Bonucci. He came up with the goal in the final. Leadership as well. So yeah, that's my big 4. Getting into midfield, my midfield 2. I've got no choice but to put the Spurs boy, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. He had a brilliant tournament.
Yeah.
Got Denmark into the semi-finals. He had a brilliant tournament. Alongside him, I'd have to go with Jorginho.
Yeah, definitely.
He had a brilliant tournament as well. One of the unsung heroes, like I said at the beginning of the show. Then my 2 wingers, Raheem Sterling on the left, then Chiesa on the right. Those are my 2 tournaments. They came up with the goals, a lot of creativity for England and Italy, respectively. Then my 2 forwards, I've got Lorenzo Insigne and Romelu Lukaku. A bit unfortunate that I didn't get to the final, but yeah, that's pretty much my team. What's yours looking like?
We have some of the same players. Some players we are undisputed.
Obviously, you're always going to copy me,
But anyway, let me copy you and be a Johan Cruyff student for now. I will put them down on a 4-3-3 with my goalkeeper is Donnarumma. I can't say much. Exciting. Is he still a prospect? He's not a prospect. Exciting player. He's just 22, and we'll see what the future has in store for him. Kyle Walker, right back of the tournament for me. Gareth made the right call in putting Kyle Walker as his first choice, and it worked out in England's favor, right? For my centre backs, Junior, some things just go hand in hand. They just go in pace. Bonucci and Chiellini, those were my centre backs for the tournament. they played every single minute from the beginning to the end. They were outstanding. You can't even tell that these guys are in the better halves of they're past 30. You can't tell the way they play, the energy and the motivation they bring to the team is exceptional, and they go together. And those are my center backs for the tournament. My left back.
Can't fool that.
I'm going for a player you mentioned earlier, Spinazzola. Unfortunately, he missed out on the few remaining matches. But then for me, it was my left back of the tournament, a right back that adapted to play left back. He brought everything to Italy. When they were pressed in the first few games, he was that ball-carrying defender. He could attack, and he offered options out wide. And, he lessened the pressure on those attackers. In my midfield three, at the base of my diamond, I have Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, the Spurs player. The dude is a Viking. He played well. He was a bit more attacking with the presence of Thomas Delaney in the squad, but then what he brought to the team, to Denmark, is very invaluable, especially with the loss of Christian Eriksen. He did well, and I think he makes everyone or most people's team of the tournament. Also in the midfield, Jorginho and Pedri. Jorginho played a blinder. Some are calling for his name for the Ballon d'Or. I don't know. I think it's too much, but he has been playing well for the past few months. Ballon d'Or standard? Nah, I don't think so. But then he played well for Italy. Pedri, if you're a Barcelona fan, right? If you're a Barcelona fan, I'm pretty sure everyone is looking at you because this is the future of Barcelona. Is a wonderful prospect. He has been playing so well. He made his debut last season. He played well in this debut season. He did well for Spain. Now he's at the Olympics representing Spain too. I'm a bit worried he could burn out a bit, but then let's hope he carries on the form he has, especially heading into the World Cup. Spain will definitely need him, and they'll rely on him for some creativity in the middle of the park. My front three, I'll be a little bit controversial. I have Lorenzo Insigne, Patrick Schick, and Raheem Sterling. For me, those are underrated players in their teams. And Patrick Schick, especially coming from a team that nobody really had on their cards, he really played well in 5 goals, joint top goal scorer. Unfortunately, he lost because he played more games than Cristiano Ronaldo, but then he did well for the Czech Republic. He came up with the goods when they needed them. Lorenzo Insigne, his ball-carrying ability, his ability to find space, and the odd goal here and there, brilliant player. I loved watching him. Raheem Sterling carried England in the initial stages of the tournament when Harry Kane wasn't firing and the rest of the squad wasn't firing. He stood up and he was the man for England. So that is my team of the tournament.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent team, although you copied too many of my players. But anyways, I'm pretty used to that as well. Yeah, so on the whole, that I think the tournament was a pretty good one. But unfortunately, it ended on a sour note. Yeah. And we have to mention this, and we have to touch on this a little bit. As for me, and I'm sure as much as a lot of football fanatics out there, as soon as 3 players in Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, and Bukayo Saka, unfortunately the Arsenal boy, as soon as those is their penalties, we all knew what was coming next.
Yeah, and it's sad. Yeah. It's sad.
That's really, really unfortunate, that in this day and age, in 2021, people will still, discriminate people on the basis of their skin color. 3 young boys, all of them, they're under 25.
Yeah.
3 young men, all because they just missed a spot kick. This is football. It happens, so it's pretty, pretty unfortunate. And maybe football is not yet ready to go home, or to come home, as they call it there in India. We can't be having this conversation in 2021, And the other thing, Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, definitely. It's sad. The sad thing is all the campaigns that have been going on, led by the Premier League, the FPA, the PFA, sorry, on stemming out racism. Institutions like FIFA, institutions like EA Sports, they have that in the FIFA game too. Everyone is trying to stem out racism, and like you said, in this day and age, we're still having this conversation. We should be talking about other things. We shouldn't be talking about racism, and it's a pity. It's a pity.
Yeah, it is. It is a pity, Adrian. But let's just hope that these guys can take action. The other thing that I want to mention, this social media platform, these social media platforms, if they were really serious enough, as far as this is concerned, they'd really take some action. Because I'll give you this example. When it comes to copyrights, if you were to record a video, for example, from Sky Sports, then you were to just upload it, I bet my bottom dollar your account would be taken down in less than an hour. But why can't they do the same to racism or racial slurs or anything of the sort? So those guys, we really need to put them under the microscope and start asking them really serious questions, like Thierry Henry did. Thierry Henry came, he deleted most of his accounts on the social media platforms until those people were ready to take action and do something serious about it.
Definitely. We should, like you said, put them in the spotlight and put them to task to make sure. I'm pretty sure they can make an algorithm or something that automatically detects a racial slur or something like that. And we should not have this conversation. We should root out and have this problem right now, especially going to the World Cup. It's a global event. There are going to be more people engaged, and there are going to be more ethnicities involved. So imagine a platform like that. And if we let these bullies continue, what will happen on a bigger stage like this? So definitely, social media platforms need to step up and help the other institutions that are combating racism.
Oh yeah. So Adrian, we've touched on Copa America 2020 and 2021 and Euro Championships 2020. It's only right that we take a little bit. We have a little look on the NBA Championships, the 2021, and Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks coming up with the goods and clinching the series in 6 games. Did you see that one coming?
For me, it was always 50-50. It was always going to be 50-50 going into the series, because both teams, like we mentioned in episode 4, both teams had good regular seasons. They were consistent, and they were even good in playoffs. They knocked out a few contenders and big dogs along the way to the title. So it was always going to be 50-50. But I feel like it was the time and the moment for the Greek Freak, and he sees the opportunity, and kudos to him and the Milwaukee Bucks. Congratulations, you're 2021 NBA champions.
Oh yeah. And I remember both of us mentioning that, health has played a key factor in both these teams getting to the finals. And it was also going to play a key factor in deciding who was going to be the eventual champion. When we made our predictions, we were all basing it on whether the Greek Freak was going to be available or not.
Definitely.
And lucky enough for the Bucks, he was there from the very first game. Unfortunately, for the Chris Paul fanboys, it's the way it goes on for the point guard, for another title. But I can only give credit to the Bucks. They had an amazing series, with their players. They played as a team. They've got the star in Giannis, and he played like the star he is.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton.
50 points in the last game.
Exactly. And I think he had 2 other 40-point games.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. And coming up 4th quarters as well. Then Drew Holiday, he's a great defender. I think it was in game 4 or game 5?
Game 5. The steal of Devin Booker.
Exactly. Still off Devin Booker. Then, with the alley-oop to Giannis. And so, yeah, I can't say much. The Milwaukee Bucks deserved it. And, so I want to pose this question to you, Adrian.
Okay, fine.
Right now, can we safely say that Giannis is seated at the throne of the NBA? Can we call him the best player in the world right now?
I don't know how many people see this, but then for me, it's in the question. It's not the question for the best player in the world right now. It's in the question. It's hard because most of the players that we had, most of the good players, King James didn't have a healthy season. Yeah, that lengthy layoff with injury, came back, he tried to help the Lakers. KD had injuries in there. He was recovering from last season's injury. But then, okay, fine. Let's give it to Giannis right now. He did well. He's possibly the best player right now. Let's see how long the reign will continue. Will he dominate the league like what James did, or like what the likes of Michael Jordan did? We'll wait and see. But then, yeah, possibly, because he's 26, right? He has one MVP, he has one Defensive Player of the Year, he has one Finals MVP. So, yeah, I guess this is Giannis' time. It's time for Giannis to reign. What do you think?
For me, I agree with the last part that you were saying. Like my question was, right now, is he the best player in the world? And I think the only correct answer is yes. We know King James has got the resume. Kevin Durant has got the talent and skill in him. But right now, it's only right that Giannis is the best player in the world. Like you were mentioning, over the past 3 years, he's got 2 regular season MVPs.
Yeah.
He's Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah. Then this year coming to the finals and taking home with him, the finals MVP award. So those major awards. So taking that into consideration, if you don't think that Giannis is currently the best player in the world, you've only decided that he's not eligible for the award. So, he's not eligible for the title. So I think currently he is the best player in the world.
All right, on that note, let me ask you 2 questions. And one I think I know the answer to, but then the other one, I'm pretty sure it's going to shake you a bit. The first question, would you rather have Kevin Durant's 2 rings or Giannis's 1 ring? And the second question, this 2-0 comeback to a 6-2 win, is it better than the Cavs' 3-1 comeback to a 4-3 win? Let's say.
Okay. I think if you really know me well, you actually know both of my answers to these questions.
Hey, try to be impartial.
Okay, I'm trying to be as honest as possible here. I'll definitely take Giannis 1 ring over KD's 2 rings. The KD is a great player. I'm not going to deny that. Everybody knows it. He's a player who's got everything. He's got the whole skill set. Left handles, right handles. He's got the jumper. He's got everything, right?
Yeah.
But the move that from OKC going to the Golden State Warriors, in chase of those rings, to me that was not a superstar's. Okay, see what you want to say.
Did a certain someone move to Miami?
No, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
To a team.
But yes, we are going to get into that. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
The difference between LeBron James' move to Miami, right, and Kevin Durant's move to Golden State. Here's the difference. Miami, before LeBron James joined them in 2009, 2010, they were getting bounced in the second rounds of the playoffs. Kevin Durant joined a 73-win team in the Golden State Warriors with a 2-time reigning MVP in Steph Curry, right? Not only that, we also had Klay Thompson in the team. We had Draymond Green.
Yeah.
With Andre
Iguodala. Yeah.
Exactly. So when you add arguably the top two best player in the world in Kevin Durant, there was even an argument whether it was the best player in the world at that time. If you have a player to a 73-win team, what you're making the team, you're making it unbeatable. So everyone getting into the season, everybody knew that this team was never going to be beaten. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why it's a bit difficult for me, to say that those were difficult rings. Yes, every championship is difficult, but it makes it difficult for us, to say that, oh, you really worked hard for that one, because of the talent that was in that Golden State team. Then your second.
This 2-0 comeback versus the 3-1 comeback, the Cavs comeback over the Golden State when they're down 3-1 and came back and won the finals 4-3. Which one was better?
Okay. Let me start off by saying this. The Bucks comeback was good. But here's the thing. They lost 2 games in the Valley, in Phoenix. But everybody knew that they had a chance as long as they were going to take their chances in their district in Milwaukee, right? So everybody knew that they had to take their games. The upcoming game, they had to win games 3 and 4 in Milwaukee. Exactly. And they did exactly that and go back into the tie. What makes the 2016 finals a whole lot more difficult was that King James, the 1 and 2 king, he was down 3-1 and going into was it game 5? They had to go to the Oracle in Golden State. Had to bring up the goods at the Oracle on the road, in the game of their lives, an elimination game, playing against the 2-time MVP in Steph Curry, so they had to win game 5. They had to go back to Cleveland, win game 6 as well, then go back to the Oracle, win game 7, So the 2016 finals, the comeback, the comeback from 3-1 down, I can't compare it to any other comeback.
Or is it a question of the caliber of players that were playing in the 2016 finals? Because point for point, player for player, I would rather have the 2016 final over this year's final. Not taking away from the talent that was in this year's final, but then the talent that was in that 2016 final. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love at his prime, in Golden State, the people you've already mentioned, maybe
the Splash Brothers.
The Splash Brothers are their best. Wasn't it a question of the caliber and the talent that was packed in that final?
Yeah. I think what makes the 2016 finals a whole lot great was because of the talent, like you're saying, the talents of teams. Yes, we had the best player in the world in LeBron James with the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the Golden State were the defending champions,
and they're the MVP.
Exactly, and they're the MVP in Steph Curry. So just because of the talent in the field back in 2016, that's what made those finals a whole lot greater. But the 2021 finals as well, they're pretty good. The downside, to the Phoenix Suns was probably because of the experience. Chris Paul in the finals, he didn't really play as well as he played, in the semifinals. But we've got a lot of talent in, Devin Booker, who's still coming up, DeAndre Ayton. So maybe they're a team for the future, even though, Chris Paul, he doesn't have too many years in him left.
Yeah.
Then as far as I'm concerned, they lost games 1 and 2 because they're 2 other main guys in Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton didn't really come up with the goods, but they made those adjustments in games 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they came up with the goods on both ends of the flow, the defensive end, and so yeah. But it was a pretty good final series, yeah.
Definitely. Anyway, Junior, like always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for showing that you are LeBron James fanboy.
The 1 and 2 king.
And congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks. Congratulations to Italy national team and to Albiceleste, Argentina, and Messi for winning the Copa America. It's been a great summer of sports. We continue with covering the Olympics, and the season is about to start. So man, it's gonna be packed. Sports, and we'll be happy to have you guys around and to bring you the analyses and the questions too. Junior, like always, it's been a pleasure.
Cheers, Adrian.
Cheers, my man.
263, hometown Chile.